Hello, Mr. Ghost Bunch here. We are on YouTube now, talking about just chatting and talking about demonic possession, my own experience with it, and some. Also, the second topic is protecting industrial thinking. So, as far as demonic possession goes, I seem to I wanted to give my experience kind of like a holy kind of demeanor at first. I wanted to give credit to the thing that was inside me, this demon. I wanted to give credit to an evil like minister, a minister of evil. So when I was possessed, I was thinking to myself, this had been done by a minister of some kind, an evil minister, and he wanted me to do these evil things uh, and get away with it too. But anyway, so the truth is that there's no such thing as something or someone. I'm not going to say it's not a demon, but there's no such thing as something else or someone else possessing people. There's no kind of concealment. There's no kind of like charm, no kind of lore, no kind of magic that I know of that can give you the power to possess other people and make them do bad things to each other. That just, it doesn't exist. Any kind of evil thing that happened like that would have to be within you. And there would be a way to tell the difference. If you're doing something evil within yourself, you're not going to you are going to get away with it. Plain and simply. You are going to get away with this evil. If it's in your mind that you're going to get away with something, obviously you're going to get away with it. The laws protect people who are possessed. Technically, the laws possess crazy people, and if you're possessed and something evil happens, you're going to get away with it to some degree. But that's kind of where the law comes into play there, because I can tell just by looking at it that even if you did get in trouble, it'd probably be for the best anyway, right? So I think, in my opinion, there's no kind of magic that can possess other people and make them do bad things to each other. But if there was, technically, I guess, then they would get in a lot of trouble for it. But that's not how the law works. The law doesn't protect bad people. It protects good people. So I just don't see how that would work. But anyways, the truth is I had processed these kind of thoughts when I was a child. At a young age, I want to ruin my life. I want to go to hell. And that's why I think that these things happen, because I was going to hell. And if you go to hell, bad things are going to happen along the way. Even if it takes you 40 years. 40 years later, you're going to have all sorts of bad memories. And, if you're going to hell, the preachers aren't going to tell you that you're in control of your own destiny. The fact is that you can choose to go down the narrow path or the straight path. If you go down the narrow path, then you're going to have to be an integral person who goes, through all types of persecution, and people are going to be pointing their finger at every other damn person. I don't know much about the narrow path, but I do know if you choose the dark and broken road, then you're going to experience all type of evil things. So being possessed should be like a normal idea. So like I was saying, I had these thoughts before. I kind of knew exactly what I was doing. Because so now the only thing that was really different was the environment. The environment seemed to be kind of augmented. It seemed kind of like a kind of surreal environment. I wanted to make it seem holy, I guess. Supernatural. It was very supernatural. So when I was doing this thing, like, I had lost some of my motor skills, and it just made it seem more and more like this is the thing that was supposed to happen. And other than that, I think we pretty much covered everything. I knew what I was doing. I want to give credit to this minister of evil, but It was really the evil within me. I chose the broken path. It was a hellacious ride to 40. And I had thoughts about it before. I didn't get in trouble. And the laws protect us. And like I said, I don't believe in any type of concealment or curse that you can use on somebody to make them do bad things to other people. So anyways, first topic out of the way. Now, as we talk about industrial thinking and protecting the future as generations begin to merge, we must kind of like represent a little, everybody represents a condition from some state that they live in. If you live in a state, then you're representing a condition that some point in time when these generations merge, you're going to have to represent that condition. And as we transition from state to spiritual territory, because we're going to transition to a spiritual territory, the expression, I think, right now we live in a state, so we're going to talk about state stuff. On our agenda, we need to understand that the expressions that we are using in society can only be evolved or devolved, I'm not really sure, because we express ourselves in different ways, through and by the suppression of our consciousness. When I say consciousness, we must condone the inherent abilities we possess by associating our guilt with the truth. But I want to talk about, a couple other things. Our thoughts are not our thoughts are our most troubled form of condition in this reality. That is what we must learn to de-rid our minds of. Our thoughts. We're having bad thoughts, and when you have bad thoughts, that kind of means the same thing as having bad karma. If you're having bad karma, then you're clearly having bad thoughts. I said it backwards, but if you're having bad thoughts, then it's like saying you have bad karma. So we need to de-rid our minds or suppress all the bad thoughts that are coming into our head. So that's one thing I think that needs to happen in our state. And I just want to touch base on some nature stuff. The forces of nature have entertained, this type of autonomy as far as bad thoughts go. I think the nature does not have bad thoughts, trust me. But I don't know how long. When you don't have bad thoughts, it's basically like saying you're suppressing evil. If you don't have bad thoughts, that's having a clear mind. If you have a clear mind, then you're suppressing evil. And I just want to know, how long has nature been suppressing evil? How long has nature coexisted without bad thoughts? So division is not necessary. Division is not necessary for nature and society. We can establish ourselves on a waterfront or, any other kind of area in the country. We can only separate ourselves by distance and magnitude. But we cannot be torn completely from the world. So I'm trying to say is no matter how far you travel, you're still going to be home. Because, what are you, like a car, like an hour away? A plane ride away? These days you can get anywhere pretty fast, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter how far you are away from home, you're still going to be able to get there. So, whether it's a plane ride, a train ride, and no matter how, we could have multiple homes. So you could, wherever you consider home, But the place you were born, the place you grew up in, that's kind of what I'm to go back to. For me, it's about going back home. But effectively speaking, it is all a matter of dimension and space that contribute to Earth's multiple ecosystems, as we gravitate back and away from the radial city and the lost nights without the lights and the shadow of the hills. So I'll see you guys next time.